Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are well and good today. So let us continue with our lesson, that is transportation in animals and in the plants. So let us continue. Last time we had seen about the blood and of course the blood vessels. So now we will continue with the next organ, with the next respiratory organ, that is the heart, which is very important. So let us see how does it work. So heart, it is an organ of course which beats continuously. If you see, like a pump which continuously beats, continuously it works, it contracts and it relaxes. Okay, and by contracting it carries the substances, the heart of course it will by contraction and relaxation it will help the blood to flow, and the blood which of course carries all the substances with it. So you see the heart, it goes on pumping, it goes on beating like for the whole of our life. If the heart stops this action, we will be no more. Hence heart is very important, and you see continuously 24/7 it is working, right? It is just beating continuously. So as I said that the blood which is rich in oxygen and the blood which is rich in carbon dioxide, it should not be mixed. It should not be mixed. So it should be separated and it should be maintained separately. So how is it done? Okay, so it is done with the two kinds of the blood vessels, as we have learned, the arteries and the veins, right? And also in the heart, if it oxygen which is going from heart and carbon dioxide is coming into the heart only, so in the heart it should not get mixed. Hence the heart is divided into four chambers. If you can see, the heart is divided into the four chambers. So what are those four chambers? You can see the arteria and the ventricles, the atrium and the ventricle. So you see this, there are two atrium and two ventricles. There are two atrium and two ventricles. So in short, as I can say you, our heart is divided into four chambers. The upper two chambers are called as the atrium, while the lower two chambers are called as the ventricles. If you see the atrium, which is like this, is the right atrium and the left atrium, and the ventricles also divided into two, the right and the left ventricles. And also if you see the partition in between, so this is the partition in between which again separates the two halves. Okay, so both the atrium are separated and both the ventricles are separated, and the atrium and ventricles, so they are all the four chambers are separated from each other just to avoid the mixing of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, so this is how is our heart. And you see how is the heart. So we can see that the walls, of course you can see over here in the diagram, the walls of the heart, they are made of muscles, and muscles, they can contract and they can relax. So the heart muscles also are able to contract and relax rhythmically. So they rhythmically in equal time interval they contract and they relax, and this rhythmic contraction followed by relaxation of heart is called as the heartbeat. One contraction, one relaxation is one heartbeat. Again contraction, relaxation is one heartbeat. So one contraction and one relaxation together will make a heartbeat. So you can see how the heart is pumping. Okay, it is beating in the way it is shown in the GIF image. So you can see, if you place your hand on the left side of your chest, then you can feel the heart. So how is the heart? Heart is of the size of our fist. If you make a fist, your heart is of this size. Okay, it is of this size, the size of one's fist. Where is the heart located? No, the heart is not in the left. Actually, to tell you, the heart is located in the center of the chest region, but it is tilted. You can see in the diagram, the heart is a bit tilted. The heart is located in the center, but the bottom of the heart is a bit tilted towards the left. Hence, we feel the beats to the left and we think that the heart is in the left hand side. Okay, so we can feel the beating of the heart, yes, by putting our by putting your hand on the left hand side, you can feel the heartbeats. How does the doctor feel the heartbeat? Doctor feels the heartbeat with the help of an instrument called the stethoscope. You all must have visited to a doctor and you all must have seen the stethoscope. What does it contain? It contains a chest piece like this. The chest piece which is kept on the chest, it has a diaphragm, a sensitive diaphragm which will of course which will gain the heartbeats, and the chest piece will continue into the earpieces which the doctor keeps in the ear, right, and with the help of a tube. Okay, and hence the doctor will listen to the heartbeats and can understand what is the condition of our heart. Okay, so we can also make the stethoscope very simple. You have to take a funnel. Okay, you have to take a funnel. Take a funnel which is 6 to 7 centimeter in the diameter. Okay, and by taking that funnel, what you have to do, you have to stretch a rubber tube, or also a balloon will also work. So you have to stretch a rubber tube or a balloon to the open end of that funnel and to close it. Of course, with the help of a rubber band, you can do that. You can stretch that rubber sheet, or you can stretch that rubber sheet or a balloon. Okay, and that funnel you have to join to a rubber tube which is made of rubber. You have to join it, okay, the end of the funnel, so that you will get something like a stethoscope. What you have to do, the open end of the tube you have to hold near the ear, and that funnel, okay, and of course the balloon, the sheet which you have covered over it, it will act as a diaphragm that you have to keep on the left side of your chest, and you can listen to the throbbing sound, to the, of course you can listen to the thumping sound of the heartbeats. Okay, and you have to count that sound. You have to count that sound. That is actually the heartbeats. Okay, what you are listening, that is actually the heartbeats. And you can count the heartbeats, and you can also compare the heartbeat with the pulse rate which we had seen in the last activity. If you remember, you kept those two fingers on the wrist of the left hand, and you could measure the pulse rate. Compare the heartbeat and pulse rate. It will be same, because the heart, when it beats, okay, it is contracting and relaxing, and that is only sending the blood through the arteries. So how many times the heart will beat, the same time will be the pulse rate. Heartbeat and pulse rate are similar, because heartbeat only creates the pulse rate. Each heartbeat will generate one pulse. Okay, so heartbeats and pulse rate will be similar. You have to tally by yourself. Try to do it now. So this rhythmic the rhythmic beating of the various chambers of heart, as we had seen, so that maintains the circulation of blood. Okay, the heart contracts and relaxes, and that only when it contracts, it sends the blood. When it relaxes, it receives the blood. So this is how the rhythmic beating of the heart will maintain the circulation of blood, and also it will transport various substances to various parts of our body. And this is about the human beings. Now in the animals like sponges, hydra, which live in the water, they do not have such a mechanism. So what happens when the hydra, it sucks all the water inside, at that time water will carry all the material inside, it will take that material, and when the water will go out of that organism, with the water only the waste material will be given out. So they do not need any circulatory fluid like the blood, or they do not need a heart, a pump like a heart. Okay, now this is all about the transportation. Now this was about, so let us see about the excretion in the animals. So there are certain waste materials which are produced in our body, like we have seen carbon dioxide in the previous chapter. Carbon dioxide which is produced in our body is exhaled, okay, and or that is removed out of the body through the nostrils by the exhalation. Okay, that is a part of respiration. Also there are some other substances which are produced in our body which are unwanted material, and we don't want them to be accumulated in our body, because you see, whenever the cells, of course, they perform various activities and they produce certain waste material, they release certain waste material. These waste material are very toxic. They are very toxic to our body, so they have to be removed out of our body. Okay, and this is only called as excretion. So the process of removal of waste produced in the cells of the living organism is called as the excretion. All the waste material, waste substances which are produced by the cell, that is removed from the body, that is called as the excretion. Okay, and the parts which are involved in the excretion or the organs which help in the excretion are called as excretory system. As we have seen, the organs which help for the respiration are called respiratory system. The organs which help in the circulation are called circulatory system. In the same way, the organs which are involved in excretion is called as the excretory system. So let us see, this is our excretory system. As you can see, it has the kidneys, it has the uterus, it has the urinary bladder, and it has the urethra. So let us see how does the excretion take place. So what happens? The blood. Of course, the blood will contain all the waste material and also the useful material. So the blood, you can see these arteries and veins. So through these arteries, the blood comes into the arteries and veins, the blood comes into the kidneys. Now in the kidneys, the blood is filtered. Why is the blood filtered? Because the blood contains some useful substances and some harmful substances. Useful substances are to be absorbed again into the blood because that will be needed by body, and the waste substances or the harmful substances have to be removed. Okay, all those harmful substances will be filtered and that will come into the kidney along with the water. All the harmful substances which are present in the water will filter out with the unwanted or the harmful substances, and that is called as the urine. What is that called as? The urine. Okay, that is the urine which is formed, and this urine will come into the kidney through both the kidneys, of course. Now through this kidney and through this uterus, through the ureter, it will come into the urinary bladder, and in this urinary bladder, which is a sac like structure, the urine is stored, and as the sufficient amount of urine is stored, then the urine will be given out of our body through this urinary opening. Okay, so that is what simple is. It is all about the excretory system. So the kidneys, the ureters, two kidneys, two ureters, a urinary bladder and urethra, the urinary opening or urethra. This is all included in the excretory system of the humans. If you see the adult human being, it normally passes 1 to 1.8 liters of urine in 24 hours in a day. In 24 hours, the urine which is passed out of the body is 1 to 1.8 liter. Now what does this urine contain? It contains 95% of water. See, 95% of water is present in urine. 2.5% will be urea, which is very harmful substance which is produced in our body and it has to be removed out of the body. It contains 2.5% of the urea and 2.5% of some other harmful or waste substances. Okay, and also if you have seen, we sweat. Yes, we sweat on the hot summer day. Sweating is important. Sweating also removes the waste material and it removes extra water. It removes the waste material from our body. And if you must have observed or not, I don't know, but when you sweat, you feel cool. Yes? Why do we feel cool? You must have observed if there is earthen pot and you store water in the earthen pot, right? So why the water in the earthen pot stays cool? It becomes cool because from the earthen pot through the pores, the water which is evaporated. The water is evaporated through the pores of the earthen pot, and hence because of this evaporation, the water inside it stays cool. That is the reason the sweat which comes, it is evaporated and hence inside we feel cool. Okay, that is the reason. So to feel cool, to maintain the body temperature, okay, we sweat out the water. Okay, then the way in which this waste chemicals, they are removed out from body of an organism, that depends on availability of water. How much amount of water we take, depending on that the waste will be removed. Okay, so if an organism gets less amount of water, solid waste will be removed. If it gets more amount of water, a bit liquid, so semi-solid will be removed. Let us see aquatic animals which have a lot of water available to them, like fishes, so they will excrete the waste as ammonia. What they will excrete? The ammonia, and this ammonia which will be dissolved in water. Like in us, I told you, urea is the main waste material which is given out. In the same way, in the fishes, ammonia is the waste material which is given out mostly. Then in the land animals like birds, lizards and snakes, what they will excrete? They will excrete uric acid, a semi-solid white color. You must have seen the shit of the birds, okay, or the lizard and them. So how do they, what does it contain? It contains the uric acid. It contains uric acid, which is semi-solid white colored compound, and we excrete urea. So our urine mostly contains urea, as I told you. Okay. Sometimes if you see, some persons' kidneys are not working, but that is very harmful because kidneys will excrete the waste material. If kidney is not working, the waste material will not be excreted. So we have to filter the blood like the kidney does. So such persons, they have the blood of such persons have to be filtered periodically through artificial kidney. Okay, so what is done? With the help of artificial kidney, the blood of this person is filtered so that the waste material is removed and the person will be able to survive. This is called the dialysis. You must have heard about this. This is the dialysis. So this is all about our body. Our body is very important and each part of our body is important. Take care of your organs, okay, and eat all the things what is needed. Drink more amount of water. Okay, till we continue with the rest of lesson, you stay at home, stay healthy, stay safe. Goodbye.